NFL Week 7 preview on Old Fashioned Football on the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our code OFFSGPN.
Hey, what's up? This is Sam Acho, and you're listening to Old Fashioned Football.
Welcome to Old Fashioned Football. If you're wondering who you listen to, this is Jmark. You can find me in the X at Jmark Football. And if you're wondering who us is, that's at Old Fashioned FB. Before I keep going to talk about Week 7, which the games are fast approaching, there is one going on right now. I got to introduce my co-host on the pod and in life. You can find her on the X at the Mir. Mark, how you doing today?
Doing good.
Doing good. That's all you got? Just, are you still waking up?
No. It depends.
Well, that doing good lacked a little bit of the enthusiasm.
I'm working on coffee still.
That's
I drink
fair.
Coffee like on the weekends. I guess it's probably the same at work too. I'm just drinking it slower when I'm at work. But I drink coffee all morning long.
Yeah.
Still working on it.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out to the chat, Kathy and Randy in their fantasy football fanatic. I'm just here to look at listen to it. Says Nick Fortune, morning future godparents of my kid. What's up, buddy? We went out to dinner with them for his birthday last night. Him and his lovely wife, Katie. That was a good time. Hunter saying, wishing he had some Baileys for his coffee, little Irish coffee.
We're going to do a cocktail, cocktail episode. We could have really done something.
We could have.
I didn't feel like drinking.
Well, we do have to run some power tools later today, so maybe shouldn't start drinking first. Maybe we'd be better at them. I don't know. No. And shout out to Josiah saying, woo!
Josiah.
Yeah. Just remember bye weeks, the Bills and Ravens. The other thing, I guess, to keep in mind, the trade deadline is coming up. The NFL trade deadline. Yeah, November 4th. So it's getting here. And in the past couple of years, it seems like more teams have made trades. I mean, we're getting more like the way of the NBA, where that trade deadline's getting close, and all these teams that think they're in playoff contention make a lot of moves.
You talk about November. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I guess it is. It's like October 19th.
It is October 19th.
It doesn't feel like it. It's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
You're struggling.
Struggling with how fast this year has gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
How far into the season we are already.
Yeah, Week 7. But yeah, keep an eye on that for your fantasy football teams.
Yes. Some names, speaking of like the trades that have been thrown around. Breece Hall has been mentioned, Garrett Wilson, Alvin Kamara, David Njoku, Jacoby Myers. I think Mark Andrews was mentioned.
Yeah.
Chris Olave. These are some big names.
Yeah. And if you have them on your fantasy football teams, like Breece Hall has been a little bit disappointing. Maybe he finds himself in a good position where he takes over the backfield somewhere.
Absolutely.
Normally this is where I would ask,
what we're drinking.
What are we drinking today?
Well, I will still tell you what we're drinking today.
Yeah, go for it.
But we are specifically drinking espresso from Pennell Park Coffee.
Yeah.
Which is
local Winterset coffee. Yeah. And
here in Madison County.
Yep. While we're drinking that, we are both sweating a little bit on the chapa. If you're
I don't know. I thought I was fine again.
Well, you're back to not fine.
That league gives me anxiety.
There are 12 people left. So the 12th one, whoever has the lowest score out of the 12 will be chopped, and you are at 11th right now. Yeah.
I have not had the best luck for running backs. I'm always scrambling, and I blew
you
my
have
fab.
not.
I blew my fab, and now it's like
blew your wad.
Yeah. Blew through it. I go back and forth on that league because like we've mentioned before, if you don't spend it, then when you get chopped, it's like you sat there on that fab, and you could have used that fab to get better players to not get chopped.
And there were people that they got chopped, and they had.
I have not been chopped this early before, so I'm very nervous.
Well, knock on wood. This is the longest I've made it. I think week 6 was my cutoff last time. I've made it to week 7.
Cut by week 5.
Yeah. And I rarely spend all my fab, and I have none left either.
I have $38, which is not going to get me anything.
I've got 0.
I was putting waivers in. I've been putting waivers in almost every day for running backs and not getting them.
Right, because you get outbid.
And I've used my $38 FAP. So last night I was like, I'm just putting in $0 and I'm putting waivers in for 4 different running backs. I got 2 of them.
Yeah, I saw that. I woke up at 4 this morning because something very large was on our roof. I thought we were being invaded by aliens or something like that. But
My worst nightmare.
right, I heard this.
I think we were talking about.
We
this
just
last
talked
night,
about signs
too.
last night. Well,
that movie scared me so much as a child.
Well, at 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up to a thunk.
Uh-huh.
And at first I thought, what the hell is in our attic? That's huge. And then I put together that it was something on the roof, but I don't know what thunked. Maybe a bird landed. I don't know.
Broke into our house and went up into our attic. That
Right.
makes perfect sense.
No, like a raccoon, not someone, a something.
How would a raccoon? I've seen. Okay.
See, you
I've
never
seen
know.
Raccoons eat through roofs.
There you
I
go.
haven't personally watched it.
I've watched
heard
it
of
happen. Yeah. Anyways, back to the chopper,
Yeah,
the guillotine
circle
leagues.
back.
Kyron Williams not doing the best for you right now with 5 points. Devontae Adams pulling his weight with 19.4, but that's why you creeped back down there because
Yeah,
Kyron
Devontae
Williams.
Adams, I've been watching him this morning. And
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah, the
pulling me up, but not enough. Come on.
the London Jags that we thought would win, or I thought would win, are losing 21-0. So nobody told them they're supposed to be the London Jags. Hey, we're going to get to the injury report. We're going to get to our best bets, our game previews, some fantasy advice. But before we do, got to let you know that the NHL is back. Go Blackhawks. And so is the Hockey Gambling Podcast. Join Ryan and Joel as they break down the biggest games, storylines, awards, and best bets throughout the season. And don't forget to let it slide. All right. We got some injuries. Now, normally it's like, well, they may play, they may not, because we do this on Wednesdays normally, not a early Sunday morning. So now we kind of know. We have some definition on players. So I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about some
We've
injuries.
got Puka. He's out with an ankle sprain. Amika Buka he's going to be a game time decision with a hamstring injury that forced him out.
Yeah. And with that being
last
a late game, you probably just have to sit him.
Yeah, I think it's assumed. It's assumed he's going to miss time this week.
Yeah.
Just as Mike Evans is about back, I'm watching him.
Yeah.
Every league I have Mike Evans, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, he's
but
back.
I'm watching and making sure, just in case.
Yeah.
He still listed his question.
He could have a pregame setback. We've seen that happen.
Yeah,
So,
but speaking of the Bucks, Bucky Irving and Chris Godwin are both confirmed out already.
yep.
Anthony Richardson broke the bone around his eye in that freak accident with the stretch bands.
It's not funny that he got hurt,
No, but it's like.
But we have those bands and we hook
Yes.
them to things, and it's always a fear of mine that they're gonna break and snap at me. This, like, whatever he attached it to, pulled out of the wall and hit him in the eye.
Just that's so scary. So scary.
That's what you get for working out, people.
Oh my god.
Drinking whiskey never breaks eye bones. Working out does.
I'm sure there's a story out there.
Probably.
Anyway, Marvin Harrison also left last week with a concussion, and it's looking like he'll miss this week. Garrett Wilson dealing with that knee injury and is expected to miss a couple of weeks. You've got Brock Purdy. He's still dealing with his toe and shoulder injury. Did confirm he's out. I had to put Mac Jones back in.
Hey, Mac hasn't been bad.
I know.
To be
but
fair.
still.
To be fair.
Then we've got Kyler Murray still dealing with a foot sprain. Sounds like he's going to miss another week. Although they almost look better with Jacoby Brisket.
They did.
I said brisket.
Well, it's because I walk around calling him the brisket. Yeah.
I just did that, didn't I?
Yeah, it's all right.
Jacoby Brisket. Now everybody
He's
knows
got a
what we
new
call
name.
him. And then Calvin Ridley, he also has a hamstring injury and is out.
Yeah, so hopefully your lineups are set. You okay over there?
I'm just laughing at myself. I'm good.
Uh-oh, Josiah says your mic is off. It's on now.
Oh my god, this whole time.
The whole time.
Do you know I just think you try to sabotage me because your mic is never not plugged in.
Well, I do more podcasts than you.
Yeah, but you are in charge of setting us up.
Yep, that's my.
So
my
what?
bad.
Nobody heard the injury report?
I'm sure they heard you a little bit through mine, but I mean, you basically said Puka's out, Amika's a game time decision,
Oh my
Anthony Richardson,
God.
Marvin Harrison, Garrett Wilson, Brock Purdy, Kyler Murray, and Calvin Ridley, all expected to be out.
The amount of times you've done this to me.
Sorry. My bad.
You know what? I won't blame you. I'm gonna make us do a test from now on.
All right, fair enough.
Because this is like the third
well-
time in the last couple months you've done this.
Well, it's also my fault because I was completely ignoring the chat. So apologies, chat. Thank you for letting us know. Hunter
Yes.
saying, sorry you missed last live show. He was fully invested in the MLB playoffs, but of course the Cubs disappointed again. That's what they do, though, at least. So 2016, I think. Anyways, saboteur. I apologize, everybody.
Yeah.
That is on me. I do set all our equipment up.
Our equipment guy's getting fired now.
Equipment guy.
We fired our graphics guy so many times. Now the equipment guy's getting fired.
All right. Well, before we keep going, I'm going to let you know that we're brought to you by MyBookie. MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none, and their motto is a great motto. Bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Just head over to MyBookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500. Terms and conditions apply. That's MyBookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. With Novig, you're getting the best prices, and they're available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. We need to do a challenge where we get on Novig and pick one game that first person to bet against us on it, since it's a peer-to-peer betting platform. See if somebody can beat the old-fashioned football team. Of course, we'll have to agree on the pick, though, so that might be a problem.
We don't agree.
The good news is you can't do parlays on Novig, so I mean it's not like I can be doing a parlay.
Oh man, Justin, I can't.
Because I know for that we really wouldn't agree.
No,
because you're I guess you just like no parlays.
No parlays, or like do two where you know they're gonna hit. There you go.
Well, if I knew they were gonna hit, I would just bet them every time, and we'd be rich. You never know.
I meant two in the do a two parlay, just two
things. But you said that are going to hit. You never know if something's going
there
to
hit. There are safer ones.
We do our best, but Nick Fortune pointing out that I will be sleeping on the couch. We'll see. We got a spare bed. At least I'll be comfy.
No, it's the couch.
No, it's the couch. Our couch is actually pretty comfy though.
It is. That's fine. You're like, no big deal. Either way, you're good with this situation.
Well, damned if you do, damned if you don't, I guess. I don't know. We're going to set our clocks for 2 minutes because we're doing our 2-minute drill where we spend 2 minutes talking about each game. And guess what? We're not talking about Thursday Night Football's game because it already happened.
I'm not talking about the 8:30 game this morning.
Yeah, the Steelers got beat by the Bengals 33-31. Joe Flacco, the better old quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Did you see the clip of Aaron Rodgers getting tackled by his own teammate?
And I watched it like 50 times.
He was so pissed off. Like his teammate did not mean to tackle.
No,
he
they're
was
like
excited, came up to
him
and
and he just like takes them out, and he looked pissed.
He did look pissed. It was hilarious.
We talk about, I think, is Rodgers older than Flacco? Flacco doesn't look that old.
I think they're about the same age, actually. They're
not
over
really
40.
old. They're both over 40?
Yeah.
Flacco's over 40?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
As Josiah says, the Unk Bowl. The two old guys going at it. Anyways, Joe Flacco won. And then right now, we already mentioned the Rams and the London Jags going. And the Rams are winning still 21-0. So I'm going to kick it off with the games that haven't played yet, if you're good with that.
Yeah, let's go.
Set our clocks? Starting with the Raiders, who are coming off a 20-10 win over the Titans for their second win of the season because the Bears beat them. The Chiefs are 12.5-point favorites. Geno Smith last week had 174 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Ashton Genty ran for 75 yards on 23 carries and had a touchdown. Receiving room led by Trey Tucker, 5 catches for 70 yards with Brock Bowers out. Backup tight end Michael Mayer did fill in all right with 5 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. Now they play the Chiefs, who are coming off that 30-17 beatdown over the Lions to advance to 3-3. It's weird that they're just 500. Mahomes threw for 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, and ran for 32 yards and a touchdown. Pacheco had 12 carries for 51 yards. Travis Kelce led the team in targets with 7, catches with 6, and yards with 78. So the tight end was back shortly after Wood comes out. Hollywood Brown had 2 of the touchdowns, though. Xavier Worthy had the other. So no touchdowns for Trav. And Rashee Rice comes back this week. So Got a little SGP, a same game parlay, if you will, not sports gambling podcast bet here, which I know you love because I said parlay. We got Mahomes 2+ touchdowns, Genty 50+ rushing yards, Travis Kelce 3+ receptions, Rashee Rice 30+ yards. It's a watered down parlay. Watered down your parlay is not your whiskey. That's plus 231.
All right. I don't know how I feel about it. And I don't know how I feel about, I'm butchering our time here, but just Rashee Rice coming back because I have Hollywood Brown in so many leagues.
I don't know if you saw, but Andy Reid said that Rashee Rice is full speed. He's full speed right now. And then he said, no pun intended, because obviously he was suspended because he was speeding his car, crashed it, walked away. Anyways.
Yeah. All right. Looking at fantasy here for an overperformer, let's talk about Pacheco. He's been getting more and more involved, going from averaging a 53% snap share in the first 3 weeks to averaging 70% of the snap share just over the last 2 games.
Yeah.
The Raiders struggle against the run, so I think Pacheco will have a good game. I also think he's a nice trade target with the Raiders, Commanders, and possibly the Bills.
Yeah, there's all coming up.
Yeah. So, and then they play the Titans in what would be your league semifinals. So,
good matchup.
Yes, for an underperformer, we just talked about Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice.
Who?
Exactly. So I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. Maybe caution a little bit. Just coming back from that suspension, he's automatically projected at 12.46 points. And while I think that they're going to work on getting him involved, they still have plenty of options with Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton, Juju. So I would just, kind of hold expectations this weekend, see how it goes. But there's a lot of hype with him coming back too.
For sure.
All right. Next up, we have the Dolphins and the Browns, and the Browns are finding themselves as the 2.5-point home favorites. The Dolphins, they're coming off of a 29-27 loss to the Chargers and are now 1-5. Tua had 205 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. Devon Chan had 16 carries for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. You had Jalen Waddle, who had 6 catches for 95 yards. The next closest in receptions was a Chan with 4 catches. You have the Browns, who are coming off a 23-9 loss to the Steelers and are now 1-5.
The battle of 1
I
and
know.
5s.
Dylan Gabriel threw the ball for 52 times. He completed 29 for 221 yards. I know. Got to give you those numbers. Quinshon Judkins had 12 carries for only 36 yards, which was a dud of a game, though now he faces one of the NFL's worst run defenses.
Yeah.
Harold Fannin had 7 catches for 81 yards, which is frustrating as it seems like he and Njoku, are switching up who the top tight end is in stats.
Yeah.
But Njoku's he's out.
He is
so
out. Yep.
If you got Fannin, time to play him. Sorry, I won't give that away. Jerry Jeudy had 5 catches for 43 yards.
Yeah. And to me, do we really trust the Browns as favorites for the best bet? I don't. It's not a cold game, so we're not going to fade Tua due to the cold, though it is a little brisk outside. I noticed when I went out with the dog. It's a little chilly out here, so I'm sure it's chilly in Cleveland, but it's not that cold. Give me the Dolphins plus 126. I don't think they are the worst team here, though I do like Judkins rushing yards as well.
Yeah. Looking at fantasy, I already hinted at this. I'm just going to help myself. You've got David Njoku out with a knee injury, and Harold Fannin, he's going to get that work, and Browns sorry. Daryl Fannin is going to get that work. The Browns and QB Dylan Gabriel have heavily targeted the tight end position.
Yeah.
So he's got that going for him. The Dolphins also struggle against the tight end position. So, like I said, I already put Fannin in some of my leagues knowing Njoku's out. For an underperformer, I'm looking at a Chan. He's been very solid this year. He's the number 4 RB in fantasy. However, Cleveland is very strong against the run. It's possible that a Chan gets to his 18.23 projection in receiving work, but I don't know. I would caution on
I don't think he's going to get it running the ball. That's for sure. just catching up with the
Yeah,
chat
there's a
real
lot going
quick.
on.
There is Nick Fortune. Speaking of parlay, I got a great parlay. Travis Kelce, Dallas Goddard, I'm assuming,
Mhm.
not Gobert, and Kraft and Fannin, all
No,
25
it's
plus
definitely
receiving yards, is plus 163. He also likes Caleb Williams, Patrick Mahomes, and Jordan Love, all not to throw an interception at plus 365. Josiah saying, for flex, should I start Rico Dowdle, Kamara, or Chris Olave? Chuba
I like
Hubbard,
giving new names to people. Let's just
Ricky
go
Dowdle.
Ricky.
Ricky Stanicky.
Brisket.
The brisket. I think you probably have to go Dowdle, though I'm a little concerned because Chuba Hubbard is back. So, I mean, Dowdle should be the number one running back after how he's performed with Hubbard out. But who knows what they're going to do there.
Yeah.
It will be a bit of a split. NASCAR Gambling Podcast, going to assume that's Cody saying happy week 7. He's ready to win some fantasy football matchups right now. So, and Nick also said Ricky Dowdle.
Yeah.
So, and to blame me
you.
if he's wrong.
Not me, though.
not-
I'm out
yeah,
of it.
right?
Keep me out of that. No blame.
All right, let's talk about the most important game of this week, where the Bears are 4.5-point favorites against the Saints in Chicago. The Saints are coming off a 25-19 loss to the Patriots. Spencer Rattler had 227 yards, but no touchdowns, no interceptions though, so that's always good. Alvin Kamara was back to leading the backfield with 10 carries for 31 yards. He also had 5 catches for 45 yards, and then Kendre Miller had 8 carries for 21 yards. Chris Olave was the leading receiver. Go figure. He had 6 catches for 98 yards. Our Bears coming off a 25-24 win. That's their second 25-24 win in a row. I know there was a bye week in the middle there, but that's pretty rare to have that number twice in a row. Over Moneyline Max Commanders in a grinded out, gritty win. I felt like culture win. I feel like in the past several years we would not have won that game. So turning that culture around. Caleb Williams had 252 passing yards and a touchdown. Swift had a huge game, 108 yards. And then he had 200 catches. He's just catching everything. He had two catches, just 2, not 200, for 67 yards and a receiving touchdown. I'd like to see a game
where he got 200.
Oh, man, the fantasy points off of that. And then Luther Burden got more involved again, having 4 catches for 51 yards. Odunze only 2 catches. And DJ Moore only had 3. Now, Odunze did have a touchdown that was called back by a bullshit penalty. Refs are terrorists. For bets, I mean, the easy one is Bears minus 4.5 here. I think we crush them. But we got to do a parlay. So let's do Rome Odunze anytime touchdown. Chris Olave, 30-plus receiving yards. Monangai, over 20.5 rush yards. Down to Swift, a little banged up. I think Monangai gets some more carries. And then Bears minus 4.5. Lock it.
Lock it. All right. Fantasy for an overperformer for you guys. I know Alvin Kamara has been disappointing, sitting at around RB26, but I think he'll be able to run the ball and be used in the receiving game against the Bears. He's projected 10.65, and I think he's going to exceed that. For an underperformer, as much as I hate saying this, DJ Moore has only exceeded his projected points once this year. The other 4 games he finished under. Now he's banged up and maybe limited with his injury. So I know it's hard to sit him, but with Odunze having such a strong connection with Caleb Williams and Luther Burden getting more targets, if you're on the fence and have a decent replacement option, I would sit more this week.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's been banged up too, so we'll see.
All right, up next we have the Eagles. They have lost 2 in a row and are now a 2.5-point favorite as they head to Minnesota. Eagles coming off of a big loss to the Giants, 34-17. Jalen Hurts had 283 passing yards, a touchdown, and an interception, and only ran for 13 yards. Then Barkley had 58 rushing yards.
Sorry, you really emphasized Barkley there. I thought you were about to start barking. Bark, bark.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that how you bark?
Yeah, bark, bark. That's not how you bark.
No, it's not.
Oh, how do you bark?
I guess I woof.
Woof. You don't woof. You woof.
Woof. Be quiet. Okay, back on track.
Dog with an accent. Woof woof.
Yeah.
So
what kind of an accent? So it's a sophisticated dog.
Woof.
Okay, get back on track.
All
You're
right.
distracting me. So I mentioned Barkley only having 58 rushing yards. Goddard was the star of the Eagles offense with 9 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown. And then the Vikings, not much to say here as they're coming off of a bye. What
Yeah.
have you got for bets?
Well, the Eagles are not dropping 3 games in a row. They're too good of a team. They're easy money on the money line. And I'm going to take them parlayed with a Hurts anytime touchdown at plus 186. It's plus 421 if you want to add Barkley in as well, which I do. I do
All
want to
right.
do that.
All right, for fantasy overperformer for you guys, the number 3 tight end, Dallas Goedert, is coming off of a 21.5 point game, which was almost 3 times his projection. He's exceeded his projection in every game except week 1, and I feel like he should be started in all lineups. Even though Sleeper is reporting only 54% of teams are starting him, which I think is crazy.
What's wrong with you people?
Exactly. Underperformer, this is a must-watch, but Carson Wentz is questionable. JJ McCarthy is questionable, but if he starts, I feel like that's a downgrade at your receivers there. You are obviously starting Justin Jefferson, but if it's McCarthy, I'm sitting Jordan Addison as well as TJ Hawkinson.
And with them both banged up, I'm kind of worried anyways. Like, who finishes this game at quarterback for them? All right, let's go on to the Panthers, who are 1.5 point favorites in New York against the Jets. They're coming off a 30-27 last-minute win over the Cowboys to advance to 3-3. Bryce Young threw for 199 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. But the player of the game is the one that Josiah was just asking about, Ricky Dowdle, also known as Rico to his family and friends, who once again filled in for Chuba Hubbard and may have solidified his spot as their starter going forward, even with Hubbard back. He had 30 carries for 183 yards against his old team, the Cowboys, and 4 catches for 56 yards and a receiving touchdown. The Jets coming back from London after that sloppy 13-11 game where Justin Fields only threw for 45 yards and